5:30.
No, dog.
Damn. Yeah, those cleaning people literally got on my playset.
Shit, I didn't have a fucking game on. Shit. Eating on the stream, drinking on the stream, whacking on the stream.
We're streaming, folks. It's got to be, 13 minutes left?
Fuck.
Oh, we got so much time here. Holy fucking A. Fuck me.
There's people working. I don't care. It's just funny that you started like that.
Yeah, holy shit. Jay Swish coming in hot. Bobby Gucci, I apologize for being late. I had two nice Mexican ladies that cleaned my place, Bob. And I texted you before. They were in there from 9 to 4:15. I thought this game started at 5:30. That's how big of, like when you can't get into your place, you're just like antsy. And I'm sitting in the lobby. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
And I thought this game was at 5:30, honestly. So good to see your chin. I saw it about, 3 hours earlier here. Folks, Hockey Night in Scottsdale, Bob Gucci, Jay Swish. We're on the call, baby. It is Tuesday night, and we got fella Brady, fella.
Yeah, my cleaning lady, she stays for about an hour and a half and gets
Yeah.
done. I know your place is bigger than mine, but that's a hell of a shift. Are you paying them by the hour?
I am not, and I apologize because I didn't tip them enough this time. And it's not like I live in a big place. Now, this place is somewhere under 1,400 square feet in itself. But I think the one thing that takes them a while is my washer and dryer. And cum and all that stuff. It takes a while to really get in those corners.
Yeah.
And then she folds my clothes. She's just a sweetheart.
Nice.
And
Sucks you off.
Yeah, well, whatever. Just two in the pink, maybe little butt stuff. Folks, we are live right now. We have 14:49 remaining in the first period here. Washington hosting Macklin Celebrini. That is Celebrini, a guy that loves a good liver, that loves a good grass-fed egg. Jake Chikrin playing really well this year. Rob, 8 goals, I believe he has. Came over, obviously, from Ottawa last year, now playing for the Washington Capitals. So I'm interested to see how Chicky looks. We did a Washington game about 2 weeks ago, so fired up to do this with you. We're back at it, baby. Hockey Night in Scottsdale.
Yep, we're back at it on the call for another Washington Capitals game. And, somebody on that team just absolutely loves stuffing that puck right in there, especially from the backside. But 0-0, this is my first time watching Man Jose this year. I had no interest. Celebrini came back. He was hurt. I don't even know what he was hurt with because I haven't really been watching hockey. I should not admit that on the broadcast, but I'm interested to see what this kid can do. And is Will Smith playing?
Willie Smith, no relation to the Black Will Smith, is in the lineup number 2 right there as we're getting a look at him coming over from the Boston College Eagles, obviously a high draft pick. Granlund having a great year. Tyler Toffoli, a.k.a. Tuck Foley, obviously doing what he does and putting the puck in the net across the line, tickling the twine. Jake Gritty Wallman, who is kind of a half butt plug himself, is actually having a nice season coming over from Detroit, a kid that I saw in the minors, Rob, a little bit in St. Louis. I didn't know if he would ever make it. He was actually a kid back in the day with the Chicago Wolves who kind of got voted off the island. He was a guy that they had to relocate in his first year pro, playing for the Wolves because none of his teammates were kind of too fond for him. But he straightened out a little bit. He got on the rails in terms of different things off the ice. And you know what? Anything is possible, as KG would say, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes we're going to head to commercial break here, but sometimes if you're a bad teammate and a douchebag and an entire locker room doesn't like you, you can do 2 things. You can continue to do that, or you can learn from it, go to a different squad and be less of a dickhead. So it's good to see that Jake Wallman is possibly being less of a dickhead on a different hockey club.
Yeah, 100%. And what he's doing on the ice is he's almost a point a game and, playing pretty well this year for the Man Jose Sharks. But do we have anything, folks? Sorry, we were late again. I was running in from my place in North Scottsdale trying to grind my way down here. I honestly thought the game started at 5:30, so that's kind of how half hung I am today. But
it's fucking cold in here. Dude.
Yeah,
I don't know why. There's like an air draft.
Yeah, it's like a meat locker in here, my friend.
Chicago. Why is the stream freezing for anybody else? What's going on here? We got full battery power. Chicago tickets are on sale now to our live show. That's 12:30. That is December 30th. Tickets are on sale now. Check our Twitter profiles. Check our Instagram bio. If you're not subscribed to us, what the hell are you doing? Click subscribe. And if you're on Twitter, watch on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Join the chat.
Join the chat. Get at us, folks. Again, we have our Halloween video that we dropped tomorrow. We will be featuring Jacob Truba, How to Find the Chin, Part 2. So be on the look for that. That'll be out tomorrow. I would say sometime, Rob? Midday, late afternoon?
Midday.
Okay, so we're going to drop that midday tomorrow. Obviously, last night, if you missed our episode in between periods featuring Shane O'Brien, go check that out. That is on all platforms now on our YouTube. So please go like that. Subscribe if you haven't. Again, we would love our subscription. We need to get this thing going like Apple stock in 2000. So, folks, we are going to get back to the game, but please load up that chat. I know we got a little bit of a late start here over at Hockey Night in Scottsdale. That's on me. -1 early, but we're back in the play.
We're chilling.
Yep.
I would answer your question, but I have a mouthful of food. I didn't eat anything all day besides that oatmeal, so I really needed that. I'll answer your question when I'm done chewing.
Yep, 100%. And we're getting a live look at Macklin Felabrini. Now, a lot of these teams have been leaked like a Diddy tape, Rob, in terms of these Four Nations teams. I was driving, mucking my way down Scottsdale Road, and I was seeing some names of different players on different teams. Now, Felabrini obviously not going to be on the team for Team Canada, but the one surprise to me before we get back to the game was Brock Nelson, a former North Dakota Sioux player. It sounds like he's going to be on that USA team. He's been shaving his bush for Lou Lamoriello. Brock Nelson.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, he's been shaving his bush and his face for, 10-odd years on the island, maybe 12.
Yeah.
But he's a guy that's kind of sneaky good.
Yeah, he is good. Someone said why we'll leave the questions for the commercial break. We'll get to you. Keep that chat rolling. Yeah, those Four Nations teams, those are all official tomorrow, right?
Yep. So they're getting kind of leaked. You remember you always mentioned Frankie Spaghetti over there, yeah. Frankie Meatballs leaking the Seattle Kraken roster.
Yep. Some
of these teams are starting to get leaked a little bit. Now we'll see if they're accurate, but that was one name that kind of surprised me. Our boy Cole Caulfield might be left out.
Come on.
Yeah, just to start.
That's bullshit.
Hopefully somebody gets hurt.
Yeah, you never want someone to get hurt, but he needs to be on that team. And yeah, you bring up a good point. Frank Saran-Rappelli, he did a great job at finding out that roster and ruining ESPN's entire program. And I actually like that because I'm not a big fan of ESPN.
Yep.
I think they are just way too woke. And good job for Frank Lincoln Navigator Ellie to find out that roster and report it. Hey, that's just a guy doing his fucking job. That's showbiz.
Yeah, Frank Serrano Peppervelli did a great job there out of Philadelphia. So a couple clicks to the Silver Fox as we get back to the game over here in Washington, the home of the Obamas, and a very distraught Washington right now. The nation's capital, folks. Again, if you're just getting this game, 11:39 remaining on our clock. So if you want to sync up and get at our chins and just make sure you're dialed in because this is coverage you can't get anywhere else. And wow, Jacob Chikrin shoots it into the leg of an unnamed Man Jose player. Who the hell is number 53? Holy fuck.
Chat, who's number 53 for San Jose? And Chikrin's letting the hair go. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I don't know if he went and saw a guy in Turkey for the extended locks or, he might even have a, extension guy, or that could be all natural too. It might be. Chicky, looking good, fella. Keep her going as we're getting a live look here at Tommy Wilson. Ovechkin, Rob, we were going to get to talking about him yesterday. We just kind of ran out of time, but the one-leg bandit seems like he's going to be back sooner than later. Those Russians, man, they just recover at a different rate. Wonder what it could be.
Yeah, I don't really believe that he fully broke his leg if he's going to be back. He broke his leg 3 days ago. And he's skating, and here's Felabrini, right? That's Ty Dellandrea.
Ty Dellandrea.
Thank you.
Yeah, that kid, that was a high pick back in the day. Not back in the day, but 5-6 years ago for Dallas. I saw him in the minor leagues come up, and I thought he was a decent player. I think he was 13th overall, maybe 2018, 2019, and didn't really find his way in Dallas. He had one good season maybe where he had 20, 30 points, and then was kind of a mucker, grinder, loose puck finder, if you will. So maybe a fresh start in San Jose. I don't know how he's playing this year because this is literally the first game that I've seen them play. And speaking of, we're going to get the first penalty of the game here, Rob. Felabrini, like you said, going to the box. A little bit of a holding call.
It looks like Felabrini doesn't like it. Kind of like Bedard, they released that clip of him calling Patrick Kane soft. I don't think he was calling Pat Kane soft. I think he was calling the call soft. It was a soft call, but let's see what happens here. Felabrini with one hand. That's a horseshit call. I mean, that's an absolute horseshit dickbag call. That's soft. That's a dickhead call right there. Who's on the stripes?
Yeah, that's the old can opener, fella. You get caught up in there, right around a guy's midsection, no diddy. You go reaching, and that is kind of what Felabrini got caught on the tracks a little bit. Little can opener. They're going to call that in today's NHL any day of the week and twice on Sundays. But who is reffing this game?
I mean, that's an asinine call. Those are two guys, Connor McFerda, who's kind of found his way for the Capitals. A little bit unexpected. Friend of the show, never met him, but he follows me on Instagram, so I like him. and going at it with Celebrini, you got to let those two young bucks go at it. That's just a horrible call.
Yeah, and we're going to get a live look here at the Washington Capitals power play featuring a guy that we've been talking about, Jake Chicky Parm Chikrin. We have Connor McMichael, who you mentioned, John Carlson, who will be left off the USA team, I believe. And we have Dylan Strome, who, well, loves a good behind-the-back, no-look pass as we get a look at Ty Delandry, who kind of takes it to the middle of the ice, a little bit of a slip play. And you know what, Rob?
That's a makeup call.
It is a makeup call any day of the week. That's what we call the old Sephora call. That's a makeup call, folks.
Nice. Never heard of that before. That's a good one.
Yep, that was right on the spot. So,
Jake Chicken Parm run doesn't work.
look at that flow.
He's letting it fucking fly, man.
That looks like Al Iafredi back in the day. But the thing with Al Iafredi, he had to skull it.
Who was in the fur? Did you see that lady?
No.
She had an unbelievable coat behind the bench.
She had the mink.
Oh yeah.
What was someone calling Spencer car battery the other day on the stream? That's a great name. I don't want to steal that.
We're gonna get to that chat at the commercial break. We got a lot of stuff to get to, so we'll keep it. We'll try to get everybody.
But a great play by Delandry there. You know what I mean? Like guys on the penalty kill, Rob, they always have the sense of just dumping the puck in. I like when a guy challenges a little bit, force them to defend a little bit because you're not expecting it as a defenseman. Like Chikrin was there, he was kind of lackadaisical. He got straight-legged, and then ends up taking a stick infraction. I love when guys challenge a little bit, try to cut to the middle on a PK. Why not? I just hate fucking when you just ice it the whole time. Like, it's like I don't even want to go out there.
I mean, look, if you're San Jose, you're not going to make the playoffs for 4 to 5 more years, maybe even 8 to 10 more years. So you should learn through your mistakes now because it doesn't fucking matter. Turn over the puck, get creative, cut to the middle, get your head taken off. Go through the process of learning the game now because you can afford to make mistakes when you're not going to make the playoffs for the next decade.
Yeah, 100%. And it's like Vanessa's boyfriend and Big Daddy. What's your 5-year plan, Sid? Don't die. You know what I mean? It's like, well, what are we doing here? As we get a little bit of a drive by Matt Waugh.
Cody Ceci. I've always been a fan of Ceci. I don't care what anyone says.
I like his game. He's one of those guys that doesn't do anything great. He doesn't do anything bad. And we're going to get to a commercial break here, folks, I believe, unless they're just pump faking us as we get Dick's Sporting Goods, no free ads. Fuck, they should be a sponsor of us. How many times we've spent talking about buying
Dick's.
Franklin gloves. What do we got in the chat here, baby?
We got, are there any females in San Jose? Nope. That's why it's called Man Jose. Let's see here. Why the Yankees hat, fella? Well, I'm from New York. I'm not a Yankees fan, but I will rep the Yankees hat every now and then. And people get mad about it. It's crazy how many people will comment on your Yankees hat.
It's like fella just says NY.
Right. I don't give a fuck. What bets do we place? I actually do have a bet on this game. I did parlay a Dylan Strome goal with a Celebrini goal. So it was plus 1,000. Put a lot of money on it, $10 on it. I'll kill for that hoodie. Somebody asked earlier, put out fucking Hockey and Scottsdale merch. I've been asking for a year and a half now. We're trying. We're actually today. We made some strides with the website, and that'll be out soon. I need to hit chest. Holy fuck, I got titties right now.
Folks,
okay.
We're talking C cups.
Anyway, Swish, did Nodak part ways with Barry? Did they?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say,
They
fuck.
Bubba Schwager, the football coach, is stepping away from the football team, but Bubba Berry, not to be confused, just down the hall, is, as far as I know, as 10 minutes ago, is still the coach of UND.
Rob, how the fuck are we supposed to focus on what you're saying when you are so fucking big, you fucking retard? Thank you, Gabarachi Dad Heat, coming in hot. Did you guys make it through N-word November? Define.
No N-word November.
Never heard of that. That is really funny.
I've heard of no nut. I've heard of no shave. I've never heard of no N-word November. And
Rob,
I think I did make it through.
Rob, your front teeth look like San Jose skyscrapers. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. How are we feeling about the Wild, boys? I don't really give a fuck. I mean, Kaprizov is dirty, but who fucking cares? And back to the game here.
Yeah, back to the game here, folks. We do have a little bit of 4-on-4 hockey. Marcus Granlund, or Michael Granlund, I believe that is. Marcus's brother. I don't know. They're both Granlunds. One plays in Lugano, in the Swiss League, and one here is in Man Jose. And a great little play, a defensive effort by Will Smitty to intercept that pass as he carries it up in and around the blue line. And Connor McMichael is able to corral that puck and strips it as he goes down to set up a little bit of a 3-on-2 developing. Ooh, go. Smitty, go, fella.
Smith he wears 2?
That's what I was going to say. Do you like the number
No.
2 for a forward? I don't love it. He kind of looks like a defenseman.
That's kind of gay.
He's got the back tuck a little bit. I'm trying to remember, like that Reuter McGroarty kid from Michigan also wears number 2. I wonder if it's for Johnny Manziel, or why do these kids wear number 2 coming out of the program? You know how I feel about the program. That place is a bunch of nut chuggers. But yeah, why you wear number 2?
Yeah, I don't know. I like that McGroarty kid though because he follows me on Instagram. So I don't know. 2 is just a weird number.
Look at Felabrini.
Oh my God, high stepping.
Man, he just looks like a
what a setup.
Tuck Foley. Oh, he just looks like a hockey player, like one of those guys that just buzzes. Like he's got that like weird it factor, like Sid does. Like Bedard, I don't know, the way that Felabrini can kind of get high step and make plays, good center, low gravity. He looks like a superstar to me. I actually didn't think he was going to be this good, to be honest.
People love to compare, but Bedard's nasty. Like Bedard's unreal. But and Felabrini, like no Diddy, he's got like that like long legs and a small. Yeah. He's kind of like Bo Bennett out there with those long ass legs and like.
Yeah, shout out to Snow.
Shout out to Snow Bennett. Just he really gets around out there. I don't know. It's just I'm not going to comment on his body any further. But
tough tape job though. Fuck. No toe on that. No toe on that thing, eh? And it's a little basic. He's kind of got like a plumber defenseman tape job, but I guess it's working right now as we're getting a live look here. And I believe Man Jose's third line, maybe fourth line, featuring Klim Kostin. Now, Killer Kostin. This guy can absolutely throw him both ways. He beat the bag off at least of 3 guys on our San Antonio Rampage team one year. I was like, this
Did he?
Oh, yeah. He was like 19 years old, fresh off the boat from Russia. He was living with his dad, who I think – they didn't have anything in their house, including furniture. It was just a heavy bag and all maybe just one pot and pan, piss in the pot, and then on the pan, they would just make eggs and just eat raw meat. And this kid was a complete savage. So Killer Kostin, when he's on his game, Rob, is not only one of the better power forwards, young power forwards in the league that hasn't really even touched his ceiling, but he's one of those guys that can kind of go sleeping for about, 30-odd games. So I'll be interested to see how long this kid lasts in the league.
Yeah, I kind of liked him when he was on the Oilers, though.
Yep.
Like he was running around, elbowing people in the head. He was kind of like a tougher Barbashev.
Yeah, and he does have skill. He plays with a little bit of the Peaky Blinders on in terms of how he sees the ice. He's always looking down, but a very good power forward around the net and F1 on the puck. Like you gotta be cognizant of where he's at because he could put your chin right through the fourth row.
As here, 6:46 remaining if you're teeing up your game with our game. 6:43, 6:42 as Lafrenfurta has the puck up the middle and loses it. The blue line, that's a play killer right there.
That is the human clock killer. Jan Ruda is able to shovel that puck into the defense of the Washington Capitals and somehow gets into the zone. 2-time Stanley Cup winner Jan Ruda.
What?
Did that with the Tampa Bay Lightning back in the day. Oh, yeah. Jan Ruda, 2-time, baby.
Get that chat going. We're going to get to the chat at commercial break. Questions, comments, concerns, making fun of us. We don't give a damn. Get that chat buzzing. Yep. Merch will be out soon. How to find the chin with Jacob Trouba. I mean, we're 2 guys that teach you how to elbow people directly in the head like Trouba. That'll be out tomorrow night.
Yeah, that'll be dropping tomorrow. And Jan Ruda, I don't know why he lifted his head to the ceilings of the heavens of the hockey gods there, thinking somehow, I don't know if he thought it was going to get tipped. I don't know if he thought it was going to go in. That was a 47-mile-an-hour changeup right to the mitt of Chuck Lindgren. So I don't know what he was thinking there. I don't know if he thought there was going to be a tip, but, I mean, fella, you shot that puck from 80-odd feet out. So anyways, back to the game here, folks. 6:06 remaining here in the first frame. Shots right now in favor of the Washington Capitals. That is 8-5. Not a ton going on. I know we missed the first 4 minutes. But thank you for tuning in.
Hockey Night Shots there.
Rasmus Sandin. That is a great shot there. So to all you young hockey fans out there, why that shot is such a good percentage play versus just throwing it on the net is Sandin shoots that puck back into traffic against the grain. It's right along the ice. So at worst, it's going to hit a skate. You're going to get shoveled in, rebound. And that one is almost tapped home by Tommy Wilson. So what do we got in the chat, baby?
Chat's kind of dead tonight. Also, I'm shadow banned on Twitter today. Everything I post gets no views. It's a weird day. We got anybody got Felabrini anytime? Yeah, he's in a parlay I have. It's Felabrini and Strom to score. Fella, who has better skunks, Man Jose or Albuquerque Kirk? I've never been to Albuquerque. So I don't know.
Yeah, I've never heard of anything good coming out of Albuquerque other than a stiff dose of methamphetamine. I would say probably Man Jose by default because you'd catch the odd California bird that actually shaves her legs that comes from not somewhere in and around the Bay Area or Oregon. So, yeah, I would probably say Man Jose.
Jean-Luc Gilderstein, our official French Jew correspondent, checking in. I have serious concern. I live next to so many Korean chicks in Decatur, Illinois, home of the Bears, and none of them match me on Hinge. Plenty of white chicks, no Koreans. What can I do? Now, that is absolutely gutting because if the MILFs aren't there for you and the white chicks aren't there for you, there's always the Asians. But unfortunately for you, it sounds like it's not working out. I don't know, Jean-Luc. I don't know what to tell you, JLG. That sucks because usually Asian women are always there for you.
Sometimes, well, there's a stat. Actually, the percentage of your second wife being Asian is like 80%.
Yeah, I saw a meme the other day, and it was two roads. And down one road was divorced moms, and down another road was one road was girls with kids, and then the other road was something else. And then at the bottom was like Asian women with open arms.
Yeah, because they're always willing, like a good neighbor, Asian women are there.
They're always down to just give you a little tug. How many years before Man Jose makes the playoffs? And what pieces do they need to pick up? Well, everything. And I'd say like 4.
Yeah, 3 or 4. Listen, they need everything on the chessboard. They do have the king in terms of Felabrini. Now, we need the whole goddamn board. Where's our bishops? Where's our rooks? Where's our pawns? They don't have any of that right now. So they're still a ways away. But the good thing, if you are a Man Jose Sharks fan, is you do have the key cornerstone piece and a guy that can turn around a franchise relatively soon, similar to what we saw in Pittsburgh. Similar to what we saw in, Chicago with Kaner as well as Johnny Tays. So back to the game here, folks. Willie Smith, oh my dishes, your cousin. Holy fuck. That was quite the passing play. They came up like the fucking Russian 5 there. Wow.
5:24 remaining if you're following along with us. 5:22, 5:21. Swish, but isn't there a chance for Felabrini to have that sophomore slump like most guys do?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, listen, he's coming to the league. He's full of young, dumb, and full of cum. And when you're horned up like that, as you know, at that age, I mean, you're just doing every game right now for Felabrini is game 7. Like, he's just running on just piss and vinegar. And usually, oh, my God, we got a chance here.
What a pass.
Wow, Chikrin gets stoned on the back end like Bob Marley sitting in a hammock. But, yeah, I would say, you know what, we'll see. We'll see how he does. Maybe it doesn't happen because he's one of those odd cases of just a guy that can just do it year after year and be one of those superstars. But at some point, yeah, he'll run into a little bit of a wall, similar to what Bedard's going through right now. But the best thing, as good players and the best players do is they work themselves out of those slumps quicker than anyone else does. Or, you know what, they figure it out and then they don't go back to that. So that's what star players do. And I think if it were to happen, just like Bedard, they'll be all right.
It's also good to have a guy like Toffoli on the team. He's got a cup. He's been around the block. He knows the ins and outs of being a pro. It's good to have him on the same roster of Felabrini. Does Chikrin play 40 minutes a fucking night? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Chicky Parr, man, his number of his AAV is going up by the night. And like, most know, if this guy can stay healthy, listen, he's a $7-8 million defenseman probably.
Yep.
On a longer-term ticket. Now, I think if Washington's going to pay him that, he's probably going to have to play at least 70 games this year. Prove you can stay healthy, maybe a full season, hopefully, for Chick. But, yeah, he's one of those guys, man. I think he could really clean up this summer. If it's not in Washington, it's somewhere else willing to pay him. Yeah, he'll be a UFA.
Sorry to cut you off there, but holy shit, I was surprised by that. I did not know he was a UFA.
Yeah, that's why ultimately Ottawa moved on, and they kind of said, you know what, we're not willing to pay you what you probably want. So you can go over to Washington and see what you can get. Speaking of what you can get, well, folks, it is Tuesday night. If you're going to a rub and tug, good luck. We're going to get a little rub, a little tug here in the defensive zone as Ty Dellandrea steps into the faceoff circle against Lars Eller, who has quietly moved back to Washington for a 4th-round pick coming over from Kyle Dubas's Pittsburgh Penguins, Rob. So Lars Eller back in the mix, a guy that won a cup with Washington back in 2018. One of those guys that you never really noticed, but he's played 1,000 games. He's a shoe-in, 30 points a year. He's a Danish fella, low maintenance. Has had a nice career.
Yeah, it's one of those guys that you forget are in the league, and then in playoffs, he'll have like an overtime winning goal. He's kind of like a Stefan Nason, He's just hanging around. He's got a massive helmet. You can't really miss him out there. Well, you actually can because it's Lars fucking Eller. You don't really realize him out there, but he'll bury a couple important ones in the playoffs, and that's what really matters at the end of the day.
Yeah, 100%. One of those role guys that can play up and down your lineup, ideally fitted on probably now at least a third line, if not a 4. But one of those guys, man, in his day, he could play on any line as he gets a great chance there just under the pad. That would have been in on Blackwood if he would have beat him. Oh, my God, a turnover, that's got to be a penalty, you know?
Almost. Any more, that would have been a penalty. But
yep. 3:08 remaining here, folks, in the first frame. Again, Hockey Night Scottsdale bringing you coverage you can't get anywhere else. And right now, shots. Washington 12, Man Jose 6. We're going to look at Trevor Van Riemsdyk kind of dribbling that ball like he was on the hardwood a little bit.
Trickering back out on the ice. Tons of ice time.
Yeah.
Oh, Pierre-Luc Deferta from the slot.
You got to know that Blackwood has a quick chest there, folks. He swallows that thing up, gobbles it up. 2:45 remaining here in the first frame as we get a look here at Lapierre.
Good for Lapierre to keep his feet moving there. Almost drew a penalty. Good pass right here. If you're up here, I mean, I guess you got to shoot that. But, yeah, guys, merch is going to be out as soon as possible. Like I said earlier, you might have not been here, but we're making strides with our website. It should be out, man, like next week, right? It's not going to get there for Christmas, obviously. It's going to be a pre-sale. But I don't see any reason why we can't drop it next week. Yeah,
we'll try to get it out there for a pre-sale. Like Rob said, again, we can't promise on this side of the new year just because of travel and different things we got cooking. I mean, this is a goddamn family-run business here. This is a glorified startup. It is a startup. So we'll try to get that out to you as soon as we can. Obviously, 2, 3, 4 weeks, whatever it is. We'll get the orders in. We'll get it dialed in. It should ship once everything's in within at least, I would say, a conservative 5-6 weeks. So on the other side of 2025, you will have your merch. You'll be able to order it hopefully within the week. And we're going to bring it back to the game here as we have 2 minutes remaining in the first frame. Again, a couple chances each way. Washington controlling the majority of the play. Pellegrini, oh my God.
Strome just put it right between the legs.
Jesus, he didn't go up he went right up the back chute. Jeez, that wasn't even through the front side of anything. That was, wow. I see your staircase, baby.
Ooh, nice play.
Where is the outhouse? Okay, back to the game. Anyways, 1:35 remaining as Rasmus Sandin, who always has his chin tucked, skating up the ice with his head up. Not the fleetest of foot, but always on his edges, always a very crafty defenseman. Good number 4-5, the Washington Capitals picked up from the Toronto Maple Leafs back in 2022, 23 maybe. Sonny Magic Hands Milano, is he out again?
I was just going to say that. What is good with Sonny Magic Hands Milano, fellow Long Island native? Oh my God.
Tyler Tuck Foley. All this guy does is bunk.
I mean, he just pulled he cocked that thing back and just let it rip past Thompson. I'm not exactly sure where it went. It looked somewhere lower, but wow.
I think that was upper jar.
Was it upper?
Yeah, it was like, I mean, he loaded that thing up like a 22 rifle.
Show a better angle than this. What's going on here?
Absolute pizza by Sandin. Tuck Foley makes his way in his zone, uses Sandin as a screen, and ultimately beats Charlie Lindgren.
Oh, my God.
Wow, that was blocker side bunk.
Right upstairs where O.J. Simpson hid the recording. Did you see about that?
I did. Of course he killed her. What do you mean?
Yeah, they're like, oh, my God, a recording came out. O.J. Simpson killed Yeah.
No shit. Why was that guy?
No.
So was that guy just hiding it because he was so scared of OJ? And then he's like, when he dies, I'm going to get him back. Like, what was the point of that?
I'm not exactly sure. I didn't.
That guy should go to jail too.
Who?
Whatever, like a security guy.
Why, for being a bad friend and releasing the tape?
I just think like if you aren't you withholding information at that point? If you know he killed.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know the rules on that.
Like you know what I mean? Like, if you know, how long has he had that for?
If you like, is it on his phone? Like where is the recording?
Right. Like, and how many times has OJ said that? Probably more than once.
I mean, OJ has definitely like been sleep talking about it. There's no way that you kill a couple people and don't talk about it.
And especially if you get drunk.
Oh my God, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was actually joking with a guy on the Vegas Knights who was at the same bar as him. He met him, and I was like, slip him a couple shots and get him to open up. Oh, like a hook right there.
Hooked around like a bass on a reel. Yeah, I mean, like there's no way you get shit faced or you get high, like you don't like slip up and say something, especially like late night with your boys. Like, hey man, I actually did that.
I did do it.
Yeah, I did.
And then
do
just
it.
laugh about it.
Yeah, I just laugh about it and then go back to smoking your Cuban cigar. Like, for sure did.
Why did he kill them again? Because she was banging the pool boy or something?
Yeah, she had a boyfriend at the time or whatever, and OJ kind of found out about it, and they were still technically married on paper, I think. And
dude, just don't kill a chick.
I mean, he was like beating her. He was like beating her and stuff, I think, too. Okay, folks, we got a 2-on-1 developing. Anyways, Marco Sturm. I don't think it's Marco, but whatever the fuck it's Sturm's name. He tried to make a play and it tied to Landry in a 2-on-1, and it was ultimately shoveled away. Mario Ferraro, one of the league's hippies, sends it up to his D partner, Timothy Lilgren, who's having a nice start in Man Jose. Sometimes you need a chance. Sometimes you need a second chance. Sometimes you just need a fresh start. As we're going to get to the first intermission frame. Folks, maybe we take one or two questions because we were late here. See what you're going up to. See what you're getting up to. See what you're fucking doing tonight. It is Tuesday. It is, well,
it's ladies' night. It's not, but
it's
I wanted
night.
To say that. It's industry night. Do you guys sell your merch and butter golf stuff at the live shows? We got to figure out a way to do that. We haven't. It's just hard to travel with merch. We don't check bags, but maybe we could figure out a way because it would be awesome to sell it in person. I need merch. You guys want merch? I need merch. I lost my only Hockey Night in Scottsdale hoodie. I need one.
Yeah.
So I get it. We're trying.
We just need some staff members because we can't sell all this stuff ourselves.
Yeah, we would need help.
Yeah.
So what happened to these OJ recordings? All right, we'll take one more. Tinder, Bumble. I don't know. I'm not an app guy, but
those are like two low-grade apps. I would say there is more chance of you banging a transvestite on Bumble. Tinder, though, I think there's a greater risk of you getting killed. So do with that what you will. I mean, pick your poison. I don't think any application in those sense would be good. I would honestly go on a Christian mingle. Try to find yourself a Jesus lover. Now, a lot of the times they're going to say they can't whack you, but they will do butt stuff right off the top because technically it's not whacking. So, again, that's just my 2 cents. That might be worth 3.
Swiss, do you have a Carolina Panthers Jeremy Chin jersey by chance?
I do not, but someone, I don't know if it's the same fella, by the way, that sent me a DM on X saying you need a Jeremy Chin jersey. And you know what? You are right.
Wait, now they're saying that OJ Simpson, there's no evidence.
So the Onion tweeted that out.
Yeah. It was just a security. I don't know. It seems sketchy. Did you answer this one? Is Fellabrini better than Bedard? I don't know. It's hard to tell yet, in my opinion.
I don't know. I mean, right now, yeah, in the month of November and December, absolutely. But let's see. Like it's a long career, right? As Jay Bomeister once told me, one game doesn't make a fucking career. So we'll see what happens with those guys. But yeah, Fellabrini buzzing like a no vacancy sign right now, folks.
All right, folks, we're going to be back for the second. Keep that chat going. Unmuted.
Get your pregame flex package now. Getting stretched out like 2:45. Man, Jose. Those tickets are going for $8. They don't come with a tug or a dance. Speaking of dancing, Tyler Tuck Foley was dancing through the neutral zone there, Rob, at the end of the third period. Rasmus Sandee with a hot and ready Little Caesars pizza delivery. Put it right on the tape of Tuck Foley stepping off the bench, actually, and then went river dancing right through the neutral zone and then put the gun in the holster, took out the 22 and shot it over the blocker side of Chuck Lindgren. Wow, what a goal.
It's Thompson, bro.
What's that?
I think it's Thompson.
Is Thompson Apo Taco too?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, he is.
That's right.
2 retarded goalies.
They have 2 dipshit goalies. Wow.
Thompson's actually a nice kid.
I hate the opposite goalie hand. I don't know what it is. Funny thing is, if I played net, I would have to be one.
Really?
Yeah.
You would be an opposite goalie?
Yeah. Throw with my left, catch with my right.
Damn.
I know. Sucks, but that's how it would be. Alrighty, folks. Welcome back to Hockey Night in Scottsdale. Again, coverage you can't find anywhere else. Bob Gucci, Jay Swish, the boys in the chin of Old Town Scottsdale right now, bringing you coverage from Washington, D.C., the nation's capital. Man, Jose, the Caps. San Jose up 1 right now, thanks to Tyler Toffoli. Oh, fella Ferda.
Great pass off the pad there. Kind of intentional, not intentional. How did he not put that in? Fellabrini with a nice little hit there, too.
Yeah, that thing came bouncing off the pad of Logan Thompson like it was going off the vault in a gymnastics meet. Found Fellabrini right on the backside. And you know what? It was actually a really quick sweep shot he made and a good effort, but ultimately a hell of a save that he was not able to get a little Viagra on that puck, Rob, and raise it over Logan Rocky Thompson.
Thompson's been good, man. He bet on himself. He demanded a trade out of Vegas because Hill is their guy, and he's put his money where his mouth is. And this is a guy that paid Canadian University as Jake Wallman mixes it up with Tom Wilson, and that's no surprise there. 2 guys that play with a chip on their shoulder.
Jake Wallman got a dust up, but he was ultimately thinking, when is the next time I can gritty? As that puck came right off the stick of Logan Thompson, he kind of redirected it right to Fellabrini's tape, but Fellabrini kind of missed high and wide. I thought he hit the pad there, so good to see these shades, these Oakley shades are working because I can't see anything. 1904 here in the second frame. Again, if you're coming back with us or you're just joining in, please go check out our YouTube page in between periods. We do have the Halloween video on. We do have the Edmonton video. Tomorrow, we will be dropping the Jacob Trouba, How to Find the Chin, Part 2. In light of the captain on the trading block, Chris Jury said, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here as they look to move the veteran of, 600-odd National Hockey League games and counting. Be interesting to see if Trouba does get moved, Rob, and where he ends up, because you know what? On a Stanley Cup team, I don't think he is a top pairing defenseman, but if he plays as a number 4 or 5 and he is concussing guys at the rate he does, well, I would take him on my team. As we remember, Timo Meier still isn't seeing straight from the hit he delivered on the young man out of Switzerland a few years back.
Yep, it's your TVR. Good play right there. Throw it at the net. A little high, though. You want to keep that thing low. If you're watching hockey, if you're playing hockey and you're a kid, keep that thing low when it comes from the point.
TVR's had a great career for what he does. I mean, he doesn't move a ton. He's obviously a very heady defenseman. No diddy on that. But a young man that came out of New Hampshire with nothing but a chin and a dream from New Jersey. And, you know, he's had a solid career. Came in the league, didn't really have to play in the minors. Joel Quenneville found space in Chicago for him. And he doesn't do anything unbelievable, but he's a very smart defenseman. And over the years, has put together a nice little package of 10-odd years in the National Hockey League. So good for TBR, good for his chin, and a pair of brothers that have done fairly well for themselves in terms of their career earnings. As we get a look here at my Lukey Kunin, the diabetic himself, looking for a patch of Sour Patch Kids there, collecting them like Skittles. But
a lot of rebounds coming off of Thompson, but one thing is, like, he always gets to that puck. Like, if there's a juicy rebound, he gets over pretty fucking quick. And I don't think he's that big of a guy. Maybe 6 feet tall, 6'1" at most. And he still covers a lot of ground. So that's going to be a trip.
Do they call it?
Yep. Number 21, Wenberg, who is hopped around. If that's the same Wenberg from Columbus and New York, and now he's in San Jose.
He had that year where I don't know what it exactly was. I don't know if it was a goalless season, Rob, but I think he was close to a goalless season in Columbus one year where he had like 1 or 2 goals, or maybe he didn't have a goal. It was an insane season because he was coming off like a 60-point year. Then all of a sudden, he doesn't have a goal. It goes crazy. I think he had 2 goals that year, like a 2 and 23.
Oh, yeah.
2018-19, 2 goals, 23 apples, like he's like a third or fourth defenseman, no power play time.
Jesus, man. I didn't know he went to Florida.
Yeah, he's been to hell and back, man. Yep. Here's to the Sunshine State as we get a look here at the Washington Capitals power play. Kind of funny how John Carlson now slots in on that Ovechkin one-timer side. One guy you just miss watching play, though, don't you? And Nicky Backstrom. Like how good, how surgical he was on that half wall. Him and I would say Kucherov, the 2 best half-wall players on the right side in the last decade. Unbelievable. Kucherov, I would give him the edge, but fuck, it's hard not to argue Nicky Backstrom, what he did over there for so many years.
Sucks that he retired for injury, too.
I know.
That's always the worst.
That was the worst. And even remember like a guy like Carl Hagelin who took the stick to the face, the eye in practice, and he still can't see out of it? It's crazy, man.
Oh!
Sometimes you forget this game could literally blind you.
Yeah, remember Manny Malhotra?
Manny Malferta.
He can't even – he got his eyeball blown out of his head.
Played against him in the jungle. It was hilarious. He was killing penalties with one eye.
What a savage. Here's Carlson over to Miroshnichenko. No idea who that is.
Mirshin, I forgot my Chenko.
I forgot my Django Unchained.
Yeah, I forgot my panko. I'm going to put that as a crust on my fish later.
Remember when Hollywood came out with that movie Get Out, and then black people were just like, fuck white people? Did I ever tell you that story?
No.
I know we're on the air right now, but I was in a movie theater seeing that with a girl. I really didn't even want to go, but I went.
It's a scary movie to see in theater.
I know, but this
creepy.
This is what happened. Great shot there. Great save. So when the black guy started killing the white people because they had him captive, all the black people started cheering in the theater, and one guy stood up. No. Yeah, one guy stood up. He goes, "Yeah, that's what we do." And I was like, "Should I leave? What is going on?"
Was it in Phoenix or where was it?
It was here. It was in Scottsdale.
Oh my!
Oh no! It was in Phoenix.
Yeah,
that makes more sense. But it was like. It was such a weird, divisive kind of movie because it was like this white family had this black kid, but they trapped him, and then he revolts. It's like there's no need for that.
No,
there's no need.
I was very disturbed when I saw that movie, and maybe that was their goal. But don't you always think when you're in a movie theater, every time I've maybe been in one in the last 5 years, I'm just like, this is probably getting shot up.
Is this? Yeah, but it's are we that racist? I don't think it's like that anymore.
No, I mean, that was in a kind of a woke era too of different times. But speaking of time, folks, we are at the 15:51 marker right now. If you're following along, again, right around the 13-minute marker, we will be getting to your questions, concerns, and everything in between, including, if you have any movie theater stories like Bob just told. I can't believe that fella. That is a crazy scene. I would have left.
Yeah, he said that's what we do.
That's what we do.
I was like, what? What did I do?
What did I do? I like you, man. Anyways, folks, back to the game. 14-25. Not a ton going on this period. A couple chances from Wash. Shots right now are 20-10 in favor of the Capitals, who are red hot this year. And a guy you got to give credit to, and he did a nice job with the team last year getting into the playoffs, is Spencer Carbattery. Done a great job coming up from the American Hockey League and made his way into the National League. A younger coach doing, shining some light for all the younger guys in the league, trying to make their mark, trying to get into the league as we look at Will Smith, the Brady.
Great to catch that pass off the skate. No bad passes in the National Hockey League. If you're in the NHL and the puck comes anywhere near you, you better pick it up. Good play by fella.
Skate to stick, fella. Tails hold his time.
We got boots on the ground from San Jose. Rob checking in, saying that Felabrini looks fast and looks good so far. Yeah, he does, man. He does stand out.
Love that we got people at the game tuning in the chat.
Huge.
If you're at the game watching Hockey Night in Scottsdale, please have someone take a picture of you at your seat. That would be unbelievable. Just great for our content. So, fella, if you're actually at the game or if we have anyone else listening, please, if you're at the Verizon Center, get a picture of you watching Hockey Night in Scottsdale while you're watching the game. There's nothing better watching the game on a broadcast while you're at the game. I love sitting at a bar in a concourse and just, it makes you feel like home. Like I could go to my seats, but I'm actually going to stay at the bar.
Are you guys, get that chat buzzing? We got commercial break. Let's go. Are you guys going to be skiing with the people when you're in Park City? Are you going to the Utah Hockey Club game against the Wild too? Yeah, I think we will be on the hill and we will be skiing.
Yeah, we'll be skiing in one way or another. Plan is to do a little bit of a vlog series in Park City. Then we'll be at the match on next Tuesday, a week from today, Rob. I actually can't wait to get up there and get on the hill. Fuck, that's going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to get back out there. I haven't snowboarded in probably a year and a half, maybe almost 2 years, actually. So
wow.
The game's in Washington. So that guy is actually in Washington watching this game.
Yes, he is, right at the Verizon
So
Center.
we appreciate that. Swish, Bears Visor. Why? Checking in. Jean-Luc Gilderstein, best name in the chat.
Well, this would never be a Bears Visor. It is confused with the Cincinnati Reds, one of my favorite players of all time. Charlie Hustle, Pete Rose, shuttered earlier this year. I don't know if he had a jammer or what it was, but Pete Rose died. I was at the Park, Great America Ballpark this year earlier in July. One of my favorite teams. So Cincinnati Reds, fella, goes back to my days of loving Johnny Cueto, Chapman, even that new guy they got on their team, De La Cruz, or the fuck his name. He's unbelievable.
Yeah, I have a De La Cruz t-shirt. Hey, boys, cuffed. Hey, watch our podcast with Shane O'Brien. It's out now. And this fellow was in the chat last night talking to us, asking for advice about a 9.4 out of 10, a.k.a. a very hot girl. You guys helped me out with last night. I'm taking her to Sioux City tomorrow. Wow. Proposing to a bird in Sioux City. There's nothing like it.
Dude, he's going to Sioux City. I lived in Sergeant Bluff, and I lived in Sioux City. Sergeant Bluff is the, I guess, suburb of Sioux City. Holy fuck. When the wind blows, and those chicken coops start just smelling like shit at the Tyson Center. Oh, my God. Good luck to you, fella. Sioux City, the place that smells like chicken shit. Speaking of chicken shit, a guy that kind of plays a little chicken shit is, I have no idea. But we're going to get back to the game here, folks. 13:33 remaining here, Rob, in the second frame.
How tall is Felabrini? He looks like he doesn't look big in terms of like thick, no diddy, but he looks like kind of like big.
Yeah, sneaky tall. I don't know, 6'1" maybe?
How tall is that guy? 6'3"? It's got to be 6'3".
Yeah, he's got to be 6'3". This guy, I don't know, 6'1" probably. He looks pretty big.
Yeah, he does. Like, look, he's controlling the play right now.
Cruising on his edge.
Good idea there.
Man, he looks nasty.
I love when guys they wrap the puck up the wall and they take that little look. It's just the wherewithal, and everyone does that in the NHL, but it's such like a little thing. Like I used to have a problem with that. I just wouldn't look because I didn't care, and then I get buried. You got to take that quick peek, no matter how fast the puck is coming. You got to know your surroundings.
Yeah, especially when you're cutting into the inside of the ice like that on your edges. You're a lot of these young players, man, they just have that bobblehead going at all times, scanning the ice, the old 360 head. You could almost spin it around like a goddamn top, but 12:38, folks. Again, get at us in the chat. It's a little bit of a boring game right now, but there is one spotlight tonight. Is Macklin Felabrini, and he's playing great, man. I love watching this guy play.
Look right there.
Like he's just cutting on a dime, making plays, calling for the biscuit. Skates look juicy. 71's a nasty number 2 on a lefty.
He has like a lot of Euro style. He tucks the Achilles, the sock over the Achilles. He's got number 71. Swish, what do you look for when visor shopping?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I like to look for anything a offensive coordinator or John Gruden would wear. So I like the shallow visors. You know what I mean? Like the dad visors you'd see just reaming out a U12 soccer team, and then as a girls soccer team, just chewing the shit out of them on the sidelines while they're drinking their Kool-Aid jammers and having a chewy bar. But the thing I don't like about certain visors that guys wear on the golf course is those huge ones that looks like just like an absolute, like a ring around Saturn. I don't like those visors. I think those are for tools. I think those are for frat guys. I think they're for douchebags. I think for the guys that's trying to exert themselves in a way that, they're making up for something, kind of like a guy that drives a big jacked up truck. So I like the small, subtle visor, and it just kind of gets the flow going on top. I got the old Jew fro, even though I'm not Jewish. And yeah, man, I like just a subtle visor, and I think you can never go wrong with the visor, man. And I want to bring back the style, and then you can flip it upside down and go Oppo Taco with it like this. Like this is sick style. You show up like this, like you're ready to fuck. So any way you want, man.
12:08 remaining, 12:07, 12:06. If you're following along with us, kind of a sleeper here. Game was okay, but now just kind of a back and forth. Washington put out a little pressure beginning of the period, but Man Jose has fought back, and wow, there's a missed shot.
Yeah, Tommy Wilson sent that drive wide, and he's playing on the first line tonight with obviously Dylan. I like it a little sloppy. Strome, as well as I don't know who's playing on that line. Who's who else is on that line? Anyways, I can't see, but man, you remember how good Alex Semin was?
Yeah,
like the guy didn't even try. 30 goals in his sleep. Just drunk as shit most nights, play hungover, any way you want. He was so sick. He'd always play his offside too, coming down the wall. Like, I love watching that guy play. I miss Semin.
He did not give a fuck.
No.
Oh, the big tidal wave windup by Gritty Wallman.
How did he think that was going to get through?
I don't think he cared. I think he was trying to hurt him because they were going at it earlier.
Yeah,
I really think he's that type of guy.
How funny is it? What was that clip in Nashville like 2 years ago where Austin Watson just took a clapper at a guy like at the end of the game? That was all time. That's one of the better. I might have to find that clip and tweet that out. That was so sick.
There's no way that Wallman didn't do that on purpose.
Yeah,
they were jawing at each other earlier. Oh, good pass.
By Tuck Foley through the wickets over to Luki Kunin.
Dude, San Jose doesn't look that bad. It's just they're missing that like one more play. Like one more. They're kind of setting up well. They a lot of the right ideas going on.
Yeah, they look all right,
Tom
man.
Wilson on top of another dude Diddy style in the corner there.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's in part 3 we're gonna feature is when you get on top of a guy and you cuddle him like you just whacked him and kind of just get a few more shots in. And the referee doesn't do anything.
That was so cocky.
That was insane. Why did he do that? Did you see that head fake?
That was ridiculous.
That was a wall-to-wall head fake, no pun intended, from Wallman.
What a pass. See, San Jose's playing good hockey. The guy whiffed on it. That was a great play.
I mean, look at this 5-diamond offense they got going right now. It's 5 of dice. They got one guy in the middle of the ice, Delandria, 2 up top, and then 2 guys below the goal line in and around the cage. I mean, that is your typical half-court offense. Setting up both triangles. Wallman, that was insane. That was so unnecessary. Why did he do that?
It worked. It worked.
It somehow worked.
But if it didn't work, you would look like such a dickhead.
That's on purpose.
That's
on purpose. He gets it back. Tries to find Tuck Foley. Show the play where that was such a crazy head fake.
How are they not showing it?
Oh, what a pass.
Dude, you got to be there.
You do.
Is that Kunin? Who is that?
Yeah, it's Kunin. Type 2 Kunin.
How do they not show the toe drag?
I have no idea.
He's the last man back, toe dragging like it's a fucking throwaway game in Rochester.
He went toe drag through the triangle.
Good face-off win by Pellegrini there.
Yeah.
Clean.
Toe drag through the triangle, last man back.
Oh,
and then it actually didn't really even get him that much more real estate, how nasty the move was. That's what I love it. When guys just dangle, literally just a dangle.
Yeah, like that was so unnecessary.
Like that was one of the cockiest plays I've seen this year. It was sick. Love it. Keep doing it. Ooh, Chicky Parm.
Good play by Chikrin.
Yeah, folks, following along right now again. 9:28 remaining in the second frame as Chikrin flips that one up like a 60-degree lob wedge, and that is corralled by the San Jose defender. Fabian Zellerland not able to get in the line as that puck gets jammed in the zone by a unidentified number 72.
Another good play right there by Pellegrini. Pellegrini missed, but good pass.
Oh, nice play.
He's wide open. Give it to him.
Oh, put it in, Luis.
The way Pellegrini is finding space too,
the way he's finding Kevin Spacey is very nice to see.
Swish, thoughts on the great city of Verona, Wisconsin? City is absolutely nails.
Shout out to Verona, Wisconsin. Shout out to Hometown USA. Folks, there's a couple bars in town, but if you're going to get drunk, go to one spot called the Draft House. Everyone walks in. They put their keys on the countertop, and then they take them, and they drive home. God bless the broken road.
Boys, predictions on the Oiler in Vegas tonight. Aiden Hill has been great in his last 5 of 7 games or something like that. And I think the other 2, a lot of it was not his fault, not being biased. But I think he's rolling right now, and Vegas needs to turn a corner here. They're playing well, but you got to beat the good teams. You got to beat the best. They just lost to Winnipeg. No, they won against Winnipeg.
Yep. Yeah, they did. So
I'm going to say Vegas, though.
Yeah, Vegas, money line. Book it.
Rob, are you more of a bong or edible kind of guy? Actually, neither. I like to smoke when I drink. Just kidding. But smoke a joint at night every now and then. That's kind of type of motherfucker.
The bong will hit you right across the chin. But if you go the edible route, I mean, you lock in 20 to 60 milligrams. Now you're in one for the 4 to 6 hours. You come out of that fog. You have no idea what your first aim is. You bit your tongue the whole time. You passed out. You saw a unicorn. Like either way, you're going to be high as shit. So I would say the bong, and there's nothing like the bong hit, though. It's like 30 minutes, and it just knocks you to your feet.
Yeah,
I used to smoke a decent amount of bongs, but I'm not smoking anymore.
Yeah, I don't like the bongs. It gets me way too fucking stung. It just, I don't know. I get scared. Are the fellas coming back to the Key Bump Center anytime soon? Yeah, I would love to come back in Buffalo right now. We're trying to line up Boston and New York City shows for early 2025. So after that, Buffalo is going to be high up on that list. But we will let you know. Love to come back. We had a great time. Great show in Buffalo, actually. And that was when we were kind of still, getting our
touches.
Yeah, getting our feel. Feel like our show, we're better at it now. Line had a goal on his Sweet Gino in his first game back tonight. Good for Line, man. I hope he finds success up in Montreal.
Yep. Shout out to the good tuggers and the New Root massages of Montreal. Good to see Patty Furta back in action. When that guy's tucking and having fun and smiling a little bit, the league is a better place because what a release he has. It is Chris Kyle-like. Folks, speaking of snipers, Tyler Toffoli is on the board for the San Jose Sharks. The only goal of the game right now, 8:38 remaining in the second frame, is Mario Ferraro. And has a nice little escape move to avoid the forechecking Washington Capital. That is Andrew Majapani, who is on the puck right now, as Timothy Liljegren plays the puck up the wall and is able to get it to number 91, Carl Grunstrom, I believe, that came over from LA a few years ago. San Jose has a lot of random bodies on this team, Rob, but they're working hard.
Yeah, man. Usually what happens with a team like San Jose or Man Jose, and you know this, when you have a team at the bottom of the rankings, it's a lot of mix between young prospects, veterans, and then kind of like those journeymen who are still trying to get another chance. And a team like San Jose, they kind of know they're not going to make the playoffs already, is more willing to give a guy that's needs a second chance. It's kind of like your last shot in the league type shit.
Yeah.
For a lot of the guys.
It's a lot of second chances. It's a lot of prospects. It's a lot of guys like, good veteran players. Jan Ruda, Stanley Cup champion. Tyler Toffoli, Stanley Cup champion. Wanting to surround your team of younger and the youth with winners to not only establish a culture, but have those guys to lean on. And those are exactly what you bring those guys in. And again, you have the mixed bag of young players kind of getting their second. Oh, my God. Speaking of second and third chances, maybe his fourth, Pierre-Luc Dubois not able to find
back door. Just right back door. If that was Dylan Strome, that puck would have been in the top of the fucking cage.
His favorite song is Baby I Got Back.
Here's a absolute piss missile from Tom Pody.
92 in the hook.
Tom Pody?
Yeah. 92 in the hook coming off of Matty Waugh's stick. But we're going to get a look at how this developed with Pierre-Luc Dubois. A nice little exit play by Matt Roy. He sends it up to that Postris kid, not Postris, but I forget his name, the big Patras. Yeah. Yes, he sends it over to Pierre-Luc Dubois and just muff dives it. I mean, how many chances does this guy need? How is he playing this year? Are his stats still kind of a little bit lower? Last time I looked,
Duferda?
They weren't perfect, yeah.
I think he's playing okay, but I want to answer this real quick. Boys, you slightly mentioned offensive. Oh, here's a goal by Nick Dowd.
Yeah, Dubois.
The pride of Alabama. Roll Tide, motherfucker. Roll fucking Tide.
Home Alabama, where the skies are so blue.
I missed the goal because I was reading a question. We'll get to that question at the commercial break.
Let's see how this developed. Nick Dowd, last time we were watching the game, he almost got concussed by Matty Nyes. Now let's see how this happens.
Good little kick play by that guy. Wow, how was he wide open like that? That
is a set face-off play by Farabee. He sends it over to Dowder. What a play there. Opens up under the stick, set play, center wins it, go to the high slot, D down the wall. Man, you can't draw it up any better than that. Rob, what I would say, San Jose, work on your face-off coverage because that wasn't perfect.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got for a question, fella?
No, we can wait till the commercial break.
Okay.
John Carlson goes back to get the puck. And, Nick Dowd, now here's a guy. I wasn't even going to say anything after that. I just
Here's a guy. Nick Dowd out of St. Cloud State Huskies. We always mention it. Husky women over there in St. Cloud. I don't know if he found a Husky woman or he maybe brought one and imported one from the chin of Huntsville, Alabama, where he grew up playing hockey in the backyard on a front porch, if you will, in Alabama. Not a ton of hockey players down there, as we know, but they do have a Division I program that has tried to fold on numerous occasions, but Their program is like a cockroach. You simply can't kill it. As Macklin Felabrini makes his way in. Oh, I love that little toe suck he had there. You suck it in, you shoot it right under the triangle, the defenseman's stick. It's hard to pick up. Oh, it's hard to go stick on puck. Wow, what a response here for the San Jose Sharks. They're finally getting a little wind here. They're kind of, back on their heels for 10, 12 odd minutes there. There's a little bit of a wake-up call with Nicky Dowd score. But watch Felabrini here. Watch this play. Under the stick, great shot.
And I like this play. They're not going to show it by Liljegren. Instead of just forcing it to the net, the puck squirted back out to him. He fakes the shot, goes down the wall, and looks for another option. So San Jose's jerseys are sick, by the way.
You know what we should do one time? Because I know broadcasters that actually, do the play-by-play for a living with a team. They have their buddies will always send them a list of words they have to work in. So it'd be like squirt, tweaks, whatever these, these sucks, like these words that are kind of funny, maybe sexual, or just, that viewers would get a kick out of it. How about if we did that, like a big board of our fans and people that watch our viewers, like what words do you want us to
chat?
Yeah. The chat just, basically gives us 20 words we got to work in.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty funny.
Tell us words.
Like what words do you want to see worked in? That'd be kind of funny. And we have to get them all, or, it's a kind of a game within the game.
I'm going to answer this now because it's been up for 5 minutes. Offensive strategy in hockey is going to be shoot the puck, okay? And that's not really a strategy, but here's one. If you have the puck down low, you want it to go to the point north, south, and then – or sorry, I said that backwards. North, south, and then north again, and screen the goalie. Work the puck south, get it up to the point, let him shoot, and the other guys crash the net and cause mayhem. There's one strategy. It's kind of hard to say in hockey. It's not like the NBA.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a cycle game. I mean, like we saw that shift with Wallman and those guys out there. They had the 5 of dice. So they had 2 guys at the net, 1 guy kind of in the middle of the ice acting as the F3, and then obviously you got 2 guys at the point. So if you're looking at a 5 of dice, right, you got 2 point men, 1 guy kind of in the middle, and then 2 just right off the side of the cage. So that's usually when you get set up, though. And then, you get the established cycle game, the 5-man offense, as we're going to hopefully get a look here at San Jose, going to work a little bit in the corners. Again, 1-1 thanks to Nick Dowd. Tyler Toffoli got the first goal. Those guys, funny enough, played together in L.A. a little bit with the Kings, dating back to the 14, 15, 15, 16 seasons. Dowd started his career in Manchester. You know that town. Vegas, Rob, in New Hampshire, before they had an American Hockey League team. And then he made his way to the chin of Manhattan Beach in Hermosa. So right now, 4:31 remaining here in the second frame. Again, chat, get at us as we get Pierre-Luc Dubois skating the puck up the ice. He finds Chikrin with a great shot that almost found the back of the twine.
Give it to him.
Send him. Luki Kunin. He's in. Oh, my God, fella. How slow are you?
Yeah, that's not a good look for the boots there. Live show in San Jose. Hopefully, if we can sell tickets, we'll come. If the bag is there, we'll go get it.
It's a weird town there. I mean, I love everyone where they're all from. You got to be from somewhere. But, yeah, fuck. One day, hopefully we can sell it to SAP Center there. Folks, what do we got in the chat, baby?
Thoughts on the spring show in Edmonton? I don't.
For the right price.
For the right price. Yeah, let's just leave it at that. Tiki Timbo checking in. Why did he suck it, Rob? It's a question that will go
unsolved
and unsucked. Speaking of Jimmy, no, the suit is not tailored. Speaking of Dowd, had Jimmy Dowd as a coach back a few years ago. Great guy, used to make me barrel through opponents every game. I'm not sure who that is.
No relation, but Jimmy Dowd, yeah, a National Hockey League player, full-time beauty off the ice. I think he threw both, fucked hard, and wasn't scared of anything put in front of him.
Klim Kostin doing anything? I haven't noticed him out there. We talked about him earlier, but I haven't really noticed him.
He's doing fuck all.
Sorry, I'm late. What did I miss in terms of beginning of the pod, football guy talk, rent talk, a little bit of everything. We're kind of talking a lot of hockey tonight. But last night we did a podcast with Shane O'Brien, absolute beauty, the lead anchor of, well, I guess it's him and Uppy, of Missing Curfew. And he was great. So go watch the boys snap it around on that. That's on our channel. If you're not subscribed, hit that, smash the fuck out of that subscribe button. Squirted is a good broadcast term. I agree.
Great. It's one of the best. I can't believe there's a soda called Squirt. Like how horny was that guy coming up with that name? He's like, fuck, my wife. I want a soda named after her.
What's a good way to tell my boys who bring no girls to the club that they're uninvited for bringing too much sausage? Well, my question to you is, can't you just find chicks in the club? Where do you live?
Yeah, I mean,
where are you clubbing at?
But the thing is you make it a wrench fest. Now, no chick actually wants to come up and say hi to you unless you play for an NHL team, or you have a serious amounts of scratch, or you want to be like a TikTok or crypto douchebag where you're kind of just buying the sparkler show every 7 minutes. You got to keep those missions, Rob, like 4 to 6 guys. Otherwise, it just becomes a wrench fest, and everyone's like, all the chicks are like, Jesus, what is going on at that table?
Yeah, Mike Kamaferda playing for AHL Narcs in Manch Vegas is hilarious. How are the girls in North Dakota? I've said this to Swish before. Like when you're up there, you see these like Nordic blondes. Like, It's almost like you're in Sweden. You're just like, whoa, where did these hot blonde chicks come out of nowhere? So
yeah, a lot of
hot
blondes.
chicks everywhere, except for like Alabama.
Yeah,
actually, no, that's not true. That's not true.
Maybe Mississippi.
I don't know. Ole Miss though, like there's Southern Bells.
The college for sure. I'm just saying the general.
Oh, in general, yeah. I would say like the ugliest girls per capita are probably like it's got to be like in Nebraska. No,
sneaky though. Like Omaha's a good city, man. 1 million people. Lincoln. Oh yeah, the University of Nebraska for sure. Corn-fed chicks. I would say Kansas probably. Being in Kansas City, I didn't see one good looking chick.
Kansas is tough for chicks.
You know,
I was a 10 in Kansas, and I'm not attractive.
Yeah, we're not in Kansas anymore, Dorothy. We are in Scottsdale. Folks, we are live right now again on the air. Thank you for tuning in. Please tell your buddies to come tuck their chins, hang out with us. Tuesday night is industry night. Wednesday is also industry night. Thursday, ladies. Obviously, Friday and Saturday are amateur nights. Sunday is professional, and as well as Monday. So tuning in on a industry night. Obviously, the people working in the bottle service industry, they do work Mondays. They do work on Sundays. You know what? They get these days off, and they just start snowing like Fairbanks, Alaska in October.
We got Omaha Nebferda. And look at the – can I just talk about the chat real quick? The chat – this guy goes, do a show in the chin of New Jersey. That would be funny. We want to do one in Philly. But the chin of Philly, right? And then the next one is – you need to expand your real deal James Neal stories. I met him in Edmonton after he scored a hat trick on the road. And then the next one is appreciate the shout out to Omaha Nebferda.
I mean, the way our cult following says chin, and we're gonna release a chin hat for everyone
coming out.
Like buy the shit out of those because I mean they're gonna be a fair price, and we want everyone in this goddamn country walking around with a hat that literally just says chin. And you're walking around and you're tucked the whole time. You're just right here. Chin tucked with a chin hat on. So
look at the way he's tucking his chin.
They're like, this. You think this is on accident?
Do that again?
Yeah.
Look at the way. That thing is tucked.
Yeah. So we're going to have a chin hat, folks. And it's going to be hilarious. I cannot wait. We're going to have 3 colors for you. It's going to be all Hockey Night in Scottsdale colors. I can't wait for people to be rocking chin hats. Seriously, we thank you so much for tuning in and obviously getting down with our lingo. Oh, my God, as there's a seeing eye chance. And Gritty Wallman steers that puck that hits Klim Kostin right in and around the chin. Speaking of an ear or a chin, you flip that into nowhere. Wallman just like he gets away with just doing – I know I'm kind of chirping him a little bit tonight, but he just gets away with doing like the dumbest stuff. It's hilarious.
He just does douchebag shit.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like it's literally like douchebag hockey. Rasmus Sandin with a hell of a pass there. After he made up for his pizza, right under the stick, right to Connor McMichael. And Wallman there, like, it's such a careless play. He's right in the house, obviously, that area right in front of the cage. And he just, like, flips a shitty little burger on his backhand and hits Cost, and then another chance comes right down their throat. So it's like.
No diddy on that.
Yeah, no diddy. Dude, how about I didn't know, like some people call getting top or getting dome, they call it getting neck.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
That's sick. I
Yep,
just got neck.
There's a road called Neck Street, and me and my brother used to always laugh about it.
Yeah, like I heard that like probably 2 months ago or a month ago, and I was like, oh my God, what have I been missing out on? Getting neck? That's filth.
Yeah, that's like more of a 3-6 mafia, like the Southern Memphis guys. Like, let me get some neck. Those guys. I didn't want to say black guys, but that's a term that was definitely invented by the rap community, and it's hilarious.
Shout out to Memphis, man. I want to go there so bad.
Well, Hockey Night Scott, so Memphis tickets are out on sale now.
How sick would that be? We're in Memphis.
That would be hard as hell.
Trick Daddy
Great
there.
time.
We're chilling with Juicy J and Desert Eagle Morant. Like, that would be unbelievable. T. Morant is at the show. T. Morant, special guest.
Chikrin must play 40 minutes a night.
Yeah,
he's been out there all goddamn night.
Yeah, Car Battery's really relying heavily on Chicky Parm Chikrin. And his minutes, even since we last did a game with Washington 2 weeks ago, Rob, his minutes are skyrocketing. You make a good point. He's got to be close to 20 minutes right now through 2 periods. I'm going to check the game notes after we get off this second period call. But yeah, he's right around 20 minutes, I would say. Half the period he's playing.
San Jose doesn't look bad for having only 15 shots. They've had a lot of opportunities.
Oh my God.
Hold on.
Is Kunin fast enough? Why is Kunin so slow?
What is there peanut butter in his skates? Why is he so
waterlogged?
Slow, man?
Does he have ankle bracelets like Yager in practice on right now?
And also, who's the net for San Jose? I should know that by the end of the second. Blackwood's looked good tonight. San Jose hasn't looked bad. They're just like they connect 2 passes, and on the third one, a guy's breaking his stick or he's whiffing or blah, blah, blah. Folks, we are going to get back to that chat for the third period. You guys really picked it up. I'm not going to lie. In the first period, the chat was dead as hell. Right now, it's been really good. My boy we'll take one more. My boy just moved to Mesa. How many DUIs does he need to fit in? He doesn't necessarily need DUI. I would just say he needs to have a knife on him at all times and wear long shorts that you can't even tell if they're pants or shorts.
Wear neutral colors. Like don't wear
red or blue down there.
Or blue, or even there's this Mexican gang that wears yellow and green. So there's like 2 colors in the rainbow you could probably wear in Mesa. And if you wear pink and you're a guy, you'll actually get shot because they think you're gay. It's just a rough place to be. But they do have a nice Texas Roadhouse there, and we did do our Halloween video there. So show your buddy that video and be like, dude, these guys were at Texas Roadhouse in full gear. I would wear full gear. I would encourage to wear full gear at every restaurant you go to in Mesa. And that includes anything from a Jimmy John's to a Roadhouse to your local just Burger King. Like, wear gear, man. Be prepared.
Yep. You can never be too protected, especially in the bedroom. That's why I wear 4 condoms.
4's a lot.
Stay clean. Stay focused. Stay strong. Frankenstein, have fun with your friend.
Have fun with your fat foot.
Alrighty, folks, back for the game, baby, like we never left. Bob Gucci, Jay Swish just pounded back a couple left-handed cigarettes. We're higher than the cost of living in Santa Monica. But, folks, we are not in Santa Monica. We are in beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona. God bless the broken road. As we said earlier, we got the big game here, a Tuesday night tilt. 1-1 right now in the action. The Washington Capitals in the nation's capital, hosting the Man Jose Sharks. We got a turnover here early, Rob. Ooh, and Michael McFurda not able to find anyone on the backside as we're going to skate into this game. Rob, 19-17 to play here in the third frame, and we're just getting going, baby.
Yeah, I mean, let's see if San Jose can put anything together. I kind of want Man Jose to win this game. I don't think they've played that bad. Nice move there by Granlund, who's putting up solid numbers over there in Man Jose.
Yeah, he's looked good. He's played well this season. Obviously, he's kind of been all over the place a little bit. Came up through the ranks of Minnesota. He was always really good on those Mike Yeo run teams. Mike Yeo is just a complete douchebag, but that's a story for another day as we're getting a look at Granlund, who spent a lot of time in Minnesota. He made his way to Nashville, Pittsburgh, and kind of didn't really find a home in those spots. He was a decent player a few of those years in Nashville, and now it seems for whatever reason it's kind of revitalized his career, at least to start here in Man Jose. So good to see. I always like when guys kind of disappear and then reappear, Rob. You know what I mean? It's like I've been here the whole time. I just maybe wasn't in the right situation.
Yeah, I mean, it says a lot about how good of a player he is. He's in Man Jose he doesn't need a star-studded lineup to put up points. He's a solid player. He's in his 30s, so hopefully he could squeeze out a couple good more years. He's always been a solid guy.
Right. It's like that girl that's dating, one of those, just a guy that's not really fit to play for her. He's a douchebag, kind of controlling, and she gets all, kind of hell-bent into a relationship where she's boxed in. She starts looking like shit. She's getting treated like shit. And all of a sudden she finally escapes. You're like, wow, you know what I mean? You look healthy again. You look, excited. You're dating. You're doing fun things. And you know what? It just seems like he's got that glow on, if you will, kind of a fresh start and somewhere with maybe a little bit of promise in terms of playing a top six role.
Yep. Sometimes you need a change of scenery. Maybe he's gay and likes all the dudes in Man Jose. And if he does, that's okay.
Nothing wrong with having a little pride, if you will, folks. Cody Ceci going to line up in the trapezoid behind his own net as he surveys his options. He's able to get that puck over to his defense partner, and they don't execute a play. So they're going to go try again. Jake Gritty Wallman just doing things a finance guy or a private equity guy would do in a hockey game, I'd imagine.
Yeah, Cody Ceci, 700 games, all that ice for the Oilers, going to the finals and then ended up in Northern California getting 66% taxed. You hate to see it, but there's a shot by Liljegren, who's been aggressive tonight, down the wall, not sticking to the point. Kind of like it. I actually love it. Welcome back, chat. We are at give you a time check in a second here once I figure it out. Kind of watching the real plays here. Oh, there's Kostin right there.
Yeah, Klim Kostin get a chance. But you mentioned Timothy Liljegren. He just looks way more confident. Again, you get behind guys, no Diddy, in a lineup. And you get boxed into this role of can't see anywhere out. You're like Andy Dufresne crawling through that tunnel of shit. Like, you want to keep going, but at the same time, it's like, fuck, uncle. Like, am I ever going to get power play time? Am I going to be in and out of the lineup? Am I going to play as a sixth defenseman? We have a new coach coming, Craig Berube. Now he thinks, I'm a little bit soft because I didn't have a good training camp. And we do have other options and a Timmins and different things. And you get like in this prospect to suspect kind of position. And in Toronto, ultimately just parted ways with the first round pick of Liljegren. And I played with this kid with the Marlies. And I always thought he was a really good player. And I just hope he gets that chance to be at least a top four defenseman. Obviously, he's playing like that right now. But, for a decent body of work of 2 to 3 years and see what this kid can do, because I do really like his game. And honestly, when we had Sandin and Liljegren both on our Marlies team, Sandin was the guy they were giving all the minutes to, first power play, this and that. I always thought Liljegren was going to be the better player. So, he's not getting paid like it right now, but I still think he has the higher ceiling. Whether he reaches it, Rob, well, that's up to him to get up the penthouse.
Some guys get in their own head when they're in a big market and there's a lot expected of you and there's a lot of pressure. And then you go to somewhere like San Jose where A lot of people are just focused on the Niners right now. And speaking of markets, Juliana chiming in saying, what's taking the NHL so long to bring a team back to Atlanta? We need one bad, gang. Yeah, I mean, I think the NHL is just struggling in southern markets because they're not making the right moves. Look at Arizona. There's definitely a market here. You could definitely have a team here, but wrong ownership group. Not a good rink. The rink was in the wrong spot. Atlanta, I'm not too familiar with Atlanta besides getting drunk at the airport when I'm connecting to Florida. But yeah, I mean, that would be cool to see.
I love that the Atlanta airport has a smoking section inside of a TGI Fridays.
That's nails.
How sick is that? It's one of the cooler things. Like, they have a smoking section at the TGI Fridays in Atlanta because that's how many people burn back cigarettes in Atlanta.
Hot Atlanta.
I mean, hot Atlanta, baby. Like, it is. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable. And I mean, I don't think this is racist to say, but it is chocolate Hollywood. That's what they all call it. You know, I mean, everyone calls it that. I don't think that is. It's just, that's what it is. And I love that place. So I would like to get to Atlanta. I would love to get to Magic City. And it's one of those cities, Rob, that has a ton of soul. And I do think maybe round 3 with a hockey team, maybe it could work. We'll see. I just selfishly want to go to Magic City. I want to eat the wings and thighs.
Yeah, I've never experienced Atlanta at all. I've never left the airport. So yeah, I'm a big advocate for putting the hockey team back in Atlanta, back in Phoenix.
Oh, that's got to be a trip
right there. And we're going to have a power play for the San Jose Sharks as the goalie skates to the bench. And San Jose, big opportunity for San Jose right now. 14:25 remaining, 14:24, 23. Let's see what they can do here.
Yeah, this is going to be obviously a very pivotal point of the game. If San Jose can get one of these to go in on the power play, look for Tyler Toffoli to shoot the puck, Felabrini, obviously. But let's get the big guns out there. Let's see what they can do. And let's see if the San Jose Sharks can maybe get on the board. Oh, my God, Mario Ferrara spinning like a dreidel at the top of the key there. Jesus, buddy. 6-on-5. Just try to make a play before you only score on your own net.
Saw you fellas at Thea this weekend. Well, Swish wasn't there. I was there. You want to hear something weird?
What?
When I was walking back from the bathroom, I heard somebody say he has a podcast or something about, and I was like, there's no way they're talking about me. It was probably this guy's table.
Was that place busy? Like jarred?
Thanksgiving, no, it was dead. But Saturday, it was pretty good.
Okay. Oh, so you went back to back?
Yeah.
Oh.
I went back to back there.
Wow. Okay. Alrighty, folks. I don't know why we're at a commercial break, but we'll take some questions. I don't know if we're at the 13-minute marker or what we're at, but we're going to have obviously a power play coming up for the San Jose Sharks. Do we have anything worth reporting, fellas? And do we have any ladies in the chat? It's always nice to see tonight talking shit with the boys.
Are you boys staying on for Vegas and Oilers? Bobby Stauffer interviewed Kapanen today, and no, we're not. I'll answer your question. We're going to go get dinner after this, and I might take my fat ass to the gym. I'm on a hot streak that nobody cares about of being a little bit healthier because after my 8-month bender, I needed to get my body right. Anyway, enough about me. Somebody said Atlanta is mostly white people. Tiki Tembo coming in. I don't know if he's colorblind or he's just a guy, Swish, that doesn't see color.
I don't see color either. I just say what people tell me. And, that is kind of my scouting report with boots on the ground in Hotlanta.
That was me, bro. I was with the in-laws. Okay, that makes sense now because I was walking and I heard somebody say something. And I'm like, I'm not the only guy in the universe with a podcast. Didn't want to bother you. Dude, always bother me. I love bragging to the waitress that somebody in the building listens to my podcast and I act way richer than I am. And I just let it all go to my head. So if you ever see me, say what up. But yeah, I'm glad I wasn't going crazy. I actually thought I heard someone talking about my shit or just mentioned it near me. But anyway, longest bender you fellas have ever been on. I just got off an 8-monther. I don't even know if that counts.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That might just be, that's classified as a professional at that point. A legit bender where I'm like blacking out every night and going hard and like pissing myself and puking. I don't know, probably college, like sophomore year. I think we used to go like anywhere. A lot of guys would tap out after 10 days. I would usually go anywhere between 10 to 17. And then I would take like 3 or 4 days off and then usually get back at it the weekend. But yeah, it was always over 12 days for sure. I mean, that's pretty hard.
That's
on the
a
body.
bender.
Yeah, it's tough on the body. And I wasn't a guy that in season in college, I would go once or twice a week. Some guys were 3 or 4. But I was a once or twice a week guy, usually weekend, Saturday, Sunday, or Saturday, Tuesday. But yeah, man, I would say probably like 15 days, 16, somewhere in there. I mean, at that point, though, like you're literally having like almost stomach failure. It's crazy.
Yeah, during the pandemic, we went on benders for like 20 days at a time. In college, you played college hockey, so it's harder for you to go on a bender. I was just some dickhead at ASU, so I went on a lot of benders there. But yep, definitely did a lot of damage that is irreversible. But anyways, my son failed his presidential physical fitness cause because he refused to do the. Ooh, fella
play by Tuck Foley right in the middle of the slot.
Shout out to Ainsley Rose in the chat.
Ainsley Rose, baby, I need a table at Global
Tonight.
A 9 top, not a 10 or an 8. I need a 9 top. Why?
I need a private room tonight.
Do you have any go-go dancers that could just, I don't know, put some butter on my bread?
Oh, fella Brady, who went down head first right there.
Jesus Christ. Stay out there, fella Brady. We got 50 seconds left here, folks, on the Man Jose power play right now. Shots getting closer to even as Gritty Wallman surveys his option. He gives it to the 2-car Will Smith. Why do you wear number 2, fella? You're not a defenseman or a cornerback. You play wing. As Timothy Liljegren massages the puck and he slides it over to Fabian Zetterlund, and he makes no mistake trying to dance around a defender. Ends up turning that puck over. Set 200 feet. The 37 car will get it set up by Blackwood, and they will run the drop breakout that every team does. Wow, no drop breakout for Man Jose on the second unit as Will Eklund is able to get over the blue line and ultimately turns the puck over again. Oh, my God, give it to him, fella. Patras, what are you doing, fella? This Zetterlund, like, I don't know. I don't know if I love his game. Came over from New Jersey.
Fabian?
Was he Jersey or Bruins?
No, not the Bruins.
Yeah,
Fabian Zetterlund?
Yeah.
I think he's like a 22-year. Didn't they draft him?
No, he came over from Jersey.
Who am I thinking of? Chat, who am I thinking of? They draft Zetter.
I mean, unless I'm high. I don't know. Fabian Zetterford.
Oh, this kid's 25 years old.
Yeah, he came over from Jersey.
Who the fuck am I thinking of?
I'm
thinking of Eklund. Yeah. That's who I'm thinking of.
What round pick was Eklund?
First, 7th overall.
Jesus Christ, from the chin of U Garden.
Eklund, Zetterlund, it's all the same shit.
Rasmus Sandin, a sneaky amount of Swedes in this game as we have a 2-on-1 developing with McMichael not able to slide it over. And Strome friendly fire from Pierre-Luc Douchebois, who catches him high and wide, just under the visor. He kind of got his little nose burn, fella. He'll be all right. Good cutoff play there by Rasmus Sandin. He's able to slide it to his partner, John Carlson, who still raises his option. Not quite quick enough in the trapezoid. Usually when you're in the trapezoid, folks, you got to get it and move your feet at least 2 feet, little 2 strides. Get out of the trapezoid. Carlson gets bottled up there, but you know what? Doesn't pay a price for it. A lot of times that's where those turnovers come. That every coach should always be, get out of the trapezoid. They call it zone 2. Get out of that because that's usually where those bang plays come. So no diddy.
Fuck, I'm losing a little interest in this game right now. Fuck's sake.
Yeah, listen, we got 10 minutes left. Keep chugging along. Folks, load up that chat because in 20-odd seconds, 30-odd seconds, depending on whistles, maybe it's 2 minutes, we will get at the chat. Please ask us anything you want to know. Again, Tuesday nights, obviously Tilted Tuesday, Tilted Kilt Tuesday. If you're going to Twin Peaks, Tilted Kilt Hooters, they usually have half-off wings. They usually have a good set of tits working on a Tuesday and a nice cold draft beer. So
get that fucking chat going. We're going to the chat after commercial break. We're at 10:16, the third period, as Lars Space Astronaut Helmet Eller flubs a pass.
Some people call me the Space Cowboy. Some call me the Gangster of Love. Some call him Lars Eller. Fella, why do you have a space bucket on the top of your coconut? And what size is your new era fitted? Is that an 8 3/4?
It's offside, no?
Yeah. Johnny Carlson, who has always worn the shot blockers, the pride of New Jersey, first-round pick out of the Indiana Ice back in the day, 2009, I want to say, as Cody Cece gets tied up there by Manjapani, who loves a nice bowl of bolognese. Zetterlund, not bad, man. Like, he looks all right. He's one of those guys that just kind of buzzes all around, and you think he'd be better. I bet Fabian Zetterlund's unbelievable in practice. Like, that's probably why he's still in the league. Like, he's like one of those guys that just looks so good in practice.
That was like me.
Yeah.
I looked good in practice, and the games I just sucked.
Like, he'd be one of those guys in Canada Cup or a 2-on-1 drill. He's always scoring. He's on a 1-on-0 shooting drill. The coach sees him score like 10 goals, and he actually scores so many goals, he comments on it to the GM, like, wow, that guy scored a lot in practice today. Well, how many goals does he have on the season? He has 6. How many minutes is he playing? 16. A night? Yes. What's going on? What's the disconnect here? He's one of those guys. I bet it.
Yep.
Gritty Wallman
just being a cocky little fuck.
I was going to say, he might be the cockiest guy in the NHL right now.
That toe drag, I can't believe they didn't show the replay of that.
That was crazy.
Like, play the replay of that. Like, I toe drag.
He's a guy, no, we're talking about him a lot, but like it wouldn't hurt him to get punched in the face.
No. Oh, how did that not go in?
There's just some people in the
Luger's
world.
Been all over it.
I might be one of them, but some people would be better off if they just got hit in the face with a quick jab.
I mean, that was a belligerent toe drag, and they're not going to show it. I don't know why, but all right, load up that freaking chat.
Yeah, get at us, chat. What do you got for us?
Who's the hottest dude in pro hockey? Matthias Gunn Yamark. I don't know, man.
Hottest dude in pro hockey.
Who's the biggest man rocket stud on and off?
I don't.
That's
I don't
the
care.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hottest chick with sticks. Sarah Nurse. Sneaky.
I'll be snowboarding in PC. What does that mean?
Park City.
I'll have to keep an eye out for the fellas. Post what run you're on social media. Would love to say what up. Yep, we'll be on the hill. I actually don't know what the mountain's called, but we're going to the chin of Utah, as Swish would say, in 5 days?
Holy a week from today. Yep.
To film some content. It's going to be good. Subscribe to our fucking channel if you're not subscribed.
Yeah, fucking get in there.
Go to bars in San Jose. I said the story before. I'll say it again. I went to San Jose for one night. I ended up playing in a band in a guy's garage, getting high. We went to McDonald's. I woke up and got on my flight.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I've had a few nights in San Jose. Downtown wasn't perfect. Santana Row, a.k.a. Santana Skunk Row, there was no skunks. I've never really done a ton in San Jose. I actually one night left San Jose and decided to go to a Stanford football game in a Sprinter van because that's how bad the nightlife was in San Jose. And then I got to Stanford and it was all Asian dudes and pictures of Tiger Woods around the bar. And I ultimately don't know if I grabbed a ski pass that night and kindly got out of there, but I kind of forget how that night ended. But I remember the trim at Stanford not being perfect.
What sport do y'all think has the hottest chicks? What do you mean though? Like
yeah,
UFC. There's some rockets in the UFC.
I mean I like that. That's like a hot take. That's like one that's like trending up for sure. I think like historically, like if you want to whack a chick,
volleyball.
Yeah, but they're so tall, man. I would say tall. Soccer.
Soccer. That's a good one.
I'd probably say sock. Yeah,
soccer
or tennis. Like tennis, there's something about a chick.
Tennis. Not even close.
Like
tennis.
Emma Sneaky 7 Navarro. If she's listening right now, I know you do, Emma. If you're listening, like, come on the show. Talk to the fellas.
Yeah, I'd say tennis chicks, UFC chicks for me. Not like there's UFC chicks will have full blown lesbians that look like dudes, but then they'll also like have really hot chicks.
Yeah.
Alicito, I see your question, bro, but I just don't want to read about squeezing wrenches. Just tell him to go see a doctor, fella. Thanks for joining the chat. Can you do commentary on the Boston-Detroit game? Because I don't have the channel playing Sharks Caps. Yeah, this is not a popular game tonight. We thank you for being here anyway. But no, we're going to stick here right here in San Jose.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in to all the faithful. Obviously, a couple guys boots on the ground at the game. Again, we understand if you don't have the package and they can't get this game because it is a regional broadcast out of the Bay Area. I'm sure there's actually more viewers watching Hockey Night in Scottsdale than this game in the greater Bay Area. But thank you for tuning in. Obviously, if you're not even watching the game, you're just hanging out. That's so Ferda of you. And right now we have 7:34 on our clock. It just went for an icing. Felabrini denied there on a decent chance. I would say a grade B chance, but a nice little play, a slip play, give and go. Hell of a play by the boys here. The young fellas. Oh my God, what a play there.
Oh,
I love Felabrini down to the goal line, back up to Zetherland. Back to the goal line. Great hockey, just little plays. Hockey is all about those 3 foot, 4 foot little passes and then beat your check off the puck. That's exactly what those kids did. I love that line. They're playing really good tonight. Zetherland, I haven't seen him buzz like this ever, maybe. I mean, I don't watch a ton of games, but I remember him in New Jersey. Couldn't really find his footing. And now he looks like he's maybe found a forever home.
Kerry Jackson tuning in. Never thought I would come to love the word chin so much. We have a couple ladies in the chat tonight. That is on growth for the boys. Getting that female demographic up. Nivea, hit us up for a sponsorship and give us that deal for body wash for both men and women.
Men, women, and whatever you like to call yourself. Folks, if you identify with whatever you are, maybe you're a shark, maybe you're a little kitty that likes to, well, stray away.
I know we're supposed to comment on the game, but I'm actually getting really bored, so I'm still going here. I love you guys. You're pretty sick. Thank you. Hey, we're just trying to fucking ball out for you guys. We're doing this shit for free. We're actually doing this shit for negative money, but we love doing it. So thank you for joining. Every single person that taps in, we appreciate it for real, for real. Another question about STDs tonight. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know if it's Christmas and everyone's getting a little hornier because of the lights, the wreaths, all the decorations, but
look how
we are not
outrageous this question is. One in how many NHL players do you think has an STD? We cannot release, even if we knew this.
Yeah, that's HIPAA.
I mean, that's crazy. I have never asked a dude if he's ever had an STD. Usually guys just come out and say, fella, fuck, I got the old Eric Clapton. Fuck, did you? You got stung, eh? By who? Well, I went no dome the other week at the Spearman Rhino in Vegas. That's usually how those come out. I don't think I've ever walked up to a guy and asked him if he's, what is his career STD count?
Yeah, I don't know. I've had, you know what the thing is? I've had arguments with guys about, actually, I don't even want to get into this, but
Yeah.
Ladies are looking hot tonight. Favorite, this guy, the horniest guy in the chat alert. On my Patreon, there's one guy that hits on all the girl Patreon members.
That.
And he's the official horny correspondent. It's insane. It's hilarious. Favorite city in the US of A. It's too hard to pick for me, man. Like I can't pick just one. I know we're trying to get to the game here, but I keep rambling.
Yeah, that's
Miami for me, honestly.
That's a full, yeah, you need a passport to get to Miami. That's a great city. I love New York City. I love Scottsdale. I love Jackson Hole, Wyoming. I love Chicago. It's just too many to pick. It's like trying to pick a wife. You know what I mean? Like you should be able to have a few. So anyways, back to the game. 5:40 remaining here in the third period as we are winding down the clock, winding down the coverage, but we're staying with you energy-wise, folks. As always, bringing you the heat you can't find anywhere else. Doing it for the people. People's Insider, Bobby Gucci, and Jay Swish on the call, as always, for the people. And again, right now, 5:20 remaining in the third period. Shots are pretty much knotted up. It's been an action-packed third period, a couple good chances. This line I've been liking a lot tonight, England or Eklund. You got Fellabrini as well as Netherland. Two Swedes and a kid that, well, he could be American. He could be Canadian. He chose to be Canadian.
5 minutes remaining on the dot if you're following along.
Yeah, and we're getting some chances here. Washington. Jacob
Oh,
Chikrin
there's another broken twig.
breaks a lumber. Go, go, go. Come on, fella. Broken twig, well executed, up ice by the Man Jose Sharks. Chikrin was able to get back into the play, but not in time, and a good save by Logan Thompson to not only make that first save, but shut the goddamn door. We got anything else, baby? What do we got tonight?
Have a batch party in AC coming up. You guys ever take that down? Atlantic City? No.
Atlantic City. Now you have to have an
Is that what you
absolute
mean?
granite chin to go into Atlantic City and really rev things up. I mean, we're talking the type of chin where you could get killed at any point on a slot machine. You could be stabbed outside by a guy that looks like Paulie D. You have no idea what goes on in that city. I actually want to go to Atlantic City.
I don't. Small T sounds like you just for that play. Chikrin is ripped. Guy eats raw meat. Yeah, he's big into that farm fresh farmers market, non-pesticide shit. Atlantic City is a shithole. I live 40 minutes from there, worse than Philly. Yep. Atlantic City is absolutely a disgusting city filled with scumbags, and that's no disrespect.
Should we do a show in Philly?
Yep. Should we do a show in Philly? Chat, what do you think here?
Where
Chicago, tickets are out now.
I feel like people in Philadelphia, like, that is who we resonate best with. Like, we're either going in there and we're crowd surfing after, or everyone in that venue is jumping us.
Yeah, well, that would be great for me because I can go tell the story about how I hated Philly because of that wedding I got kicked out of. But that's a story for a different day.
But then you started loving it because you're at the Ritz and you ended up meeting some friends.
Yep. Went to the Ritz, had a good night. Can the Nationals take this? Are you talking about the Capitals?
How high is that guy?
Apple Whiz checking
How high
in.
is Apple Whiz?
What the fuck is going on with this game right now? Is it going to be a tie? I think they're going to go to OT, man. I don't know. I hope they can. I actually want San Jose to win, but
That guy is all time. The Nationals.
shout out to Apple Wiz saying, can the Nationals take this?
I
Fuck
think
it.
they can. Fuck it.
I think they can. Fuck it.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
I think they can win. I mean, they should win. Logan Thompson has no – look at that. How do you not get hit in the neck with a puck?
How do you have no chin protector? Like, that is insane to me. I would always wear the jaw or the neck protector. Well, same thing with females. I guess they don't wear one either. Anyways, back to the game. 4:44 remaining in this Tuesday night tilt. Tuesdays are industry night. Again, if you're going out tonight, low and slow on the bottle. You don't need to force one up the middle. Gritty.
I
Wow.
want to call them the Nationals.
Yeah. Oh, my Gritty. Sniper.
What happened to him?
He just got absolutely sniped by John Wilkes Booth.
It's all good, Apple Whizzle. We're just messing around. I thought it was funny, honestly. It was like, this guy cooked. I do the same shit when I'm high as hell, just fucking watching a game from 2006.
What a spin move that was. Wow, what a great play.
Dude,
Getting the puck in the low in the zone.
Speaking of being high, my mom was watching the Australian Open from last year, this summer, and thought it was live.
No.
And she was sitting there for hours. And I was like, Mom, what are you doing?
When?
Over the summer.
She was watching the Aussie?
Yeah, she was watching the Australian Open, not even from this year. It was the year before it, because the Australian Open's in January. And I walked in the house, and she's like, oh, whatever is playing. And I'm like, that is
the
from
first major
almost
of the
2
year.
years ago.
Dude, it's so funny every year because you know how much I love the hot dog eating competition. I mean, I went without Joey Chestnut this year. And people always replay on ESPN like a week before the hot dog eating competition happens. So like June 30th, and it's on July 4. People always send it to me like, hey, Chestnut's on. I'm like, no, he's not. Oh, he's going right now. He's at 56 dogs. No, he's not. You're just that high.
We got a lot of ladies in the chat tonight. We got a lot of new hockey fans. This is great to see. My little sister changed my name and pick. Anyway, is new to the game. Is Kane the greatest American hockey player of all time? Honestly, yeah. I would say yeah.
I mean, for what he did, 3 mugs. Now, you can make the argument for Patty LaFontaine, a.k.a. LaFonferta. You got Chris Chelios, Brett Hall, Jeremy Roenick. But to me, Showtime, Patty Kane, 88, is the most electric player to ever do it for the US of A.
Okay, so we have our horniest member of the chat. Blue Line says, Juliana, are you up? And then Juliana is actually a dude. So we have a lot of mixed identity. You might be male, you might be female, you might be unspecified.
We have a dude that is posing as a chick.
Yep, we have a official. Non-binary.
So just for our stats, does that count as a chick? Because the name's a chick. No, it's Juliana.
Chick name, and it looks like a chick in the profile picture.
Yeah,
and
I have nipples. Greg, can you milk me?
Apple Whizzle says I'm really high. I can't wait to just get high and walk on the treadmill for 8 minutes later, and then just get $50 worth of DoorDash. But anyway, fella,
my
behind
God.
the back.
Backhand Zellerland trying to find it through the wickets there again, folks. Right now, 2:38 remaining here in the final frame of the Man Jose Sharks, walking into the chin of the nation's capital. Everyone in Man Jose, I'm surprised they didn't boycott this game, dude.
What?
Just because, just how woke San Jose generally is, right?
Yeah.
They're going to the new nation. I guess,
everybody's high.
Yeah, everybody's high. And oh my fella, Ferta, Tommy Wilson just cannot help himself.
God.
He snapped his
head back. Is that Celebrini?
Oh,
no!
Yeah. He snapped his head back like a 5:45. Holy
Why isn't anyone
fuck.
doing anything?
They don't want to get killed. Watch
That's
this,
true.
dude.
What are you going to do?
He got clotheslined, bro.
Oh my God, I missed it.
He legit, I mean,
what the fuck happened here?
It was crazy because Celebrini actually kind of launched himself. Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh my God. No, you hate to see that. Bro.
But watch this, dude. Let's get a look at this. I mean, it looked like Celebrini went into shock here. Watch this. So Celebrini here. Oh,
wait, was it a stick?
See, that's why he kind of launched. I don't know if it was a stick. I don't know if oh yeah, heavy lumber. Oh my God. But he kind of dummied himself into the wall, bro.
I still don't even understand what happened. It didn't look that bad.
I mean,
it obviously is. That shit hurts.
Yeah. I don't know. It kind of looked get him by a little bit, but I mean, that was pretty dramatic. He kind of that's why I asked.
That does hurt though.
Oh, for sure. But why did he launch himself into the boards? I guess it was just his initial reaction. I mean, listen, you get high stick, it fucking hurts. I know I've been high stick, but
Yeah, I was trying to tell the chat, not you, but like that nose, it's like getting a flashbang. You're like, whoa.
Yeah. Usually if it's on the chiclets, you go into shock. Yeah, that hurts. You'll be all right, kid. Rub some dirt on it, fella. At first, I thought he got like clothesline, so I was like, "Fuck!" Did he take out his neck there? Because he kind of went in the board so awkward. 4-minute power play though.
Jesus, this is a big opportunity for the Man Jose Sharks, and you know why they're called Man Jose? Because there's a lot of dudes in San Jose. Let's see what they could do here. 2 minutes remaining.
Complete wrench fest. Madison, Wisconsin has Brat Fest. San Jose actually has Wrench Fest.
Is Felabrini got to get him back out there?
Yeah, you got to wait for a whistle. Hopefully he's all right.
Take a Percocet and get back out there.
I was gonna say tape a Percocet to his nose. He'll be all right.
Oh, right idea, but Johnny Carlson in the lane.
I was gonna say he telegraphed that thing like Thomas Jefferson.
Ooh, Wallman is a cocky motherfucker. That kid, dude,
he is the cockiest player in the Nationals right now. He literally
whacked it across the line out of midair.
He is legit the cockiest player in the National right now. He thinks he's Robert Gordon Orr up there. And I don't hate it. Oh, Tuck Foley fella. Oh, get Felabrini out there. Is he going to go out for the second unit, you think? Or are they going to wait to hold him for OT?
He's back out there. And they're going to get the peeper in overtime if we get that far. Oh my God.
That was nasty. I love how he kind of rocks his visor a little high, too. Like, he's got the little tilt on it. The bucket it just kind of sits on top of his head. Like, he's got good style, man. Like,
yeah,
I'm liking this kid.
He looks good out there. He kind of like controls the play, too.
Oh,
like
yeah. He's a big body in the middle. Oh, good shot.
Well, he's not sitting back and waiting. Like, look at that. Takes the body, frees up the puck.
Yeah.
Little getting pinches like he's been doing all night.
Let's get one in regular time here, though, for the boys.
I know. I'm really hungry. Gotta go to dinner.
Alrighty, folks. Again, if you're tuning in right now, we have 25 odd seconds left, 2 minutes and change on the power play. Sorry, I'm consumed by watching this game in terms of just being a spectator right now. But as always, we'll stay with you for the rest of the game. Oh, my God. Unless they go bunk here. Oh, come on.
Trying to pass that, man.
Wallman is just firing pucks wherever he feels like it right now. It's hilarious. He's just seaming guys, whacking pucks out of the air. He's playing like Kucherov. Tyler Tuck-Foley going to get a suck, going to get a breath. A little bit of a blow, they would say. No diddy.
I'm really liking that we got new hockey fans in here, man. Does overtime end at the final score? So, no. So, if this remains the way they get a face-off, but it'll be a 5-minute overtime, 3-on-3. It'll be a 4-on-3 because there's a power play. And after the 5-minute overtime, it'll be a shootout, which is basically a breakaway competition. Player versus the goalie. Each team picks 3 guys. Most goals win. So,
some kid just said that they bought 4 tickets for myself and my retard friends for the Chicago show. Can't wait to drink a few or a few too many and talk some puck.
Chicago.
So, yeah, folks, again, please, if you're in and around the Chicago area for New Year's, which is the biggest amateur night in all of sports, as we know, but the biggest professionals night would be the night before.
And my bad, I misunderstood Apple Whistle. Yeah, if you score an OT, you win the game. Luke Cunnin doing anything? I'm scouting the Oilers. He looks really slow tonight. He looks like me out there. Everybody knows I have really good hands, but concrete boots. I looked like I ate a diet of Lunchables and combos, which I did, and that's kind of how Luke Cunnin looks tonight.
The type 2 diabetic. Yeah, the type 2 diabetic is, he's struggling. He looks slow. But Luke's a good kid. Played at Wisconsin, St. Louis born. Was a part of that 97 crew of players that came up through the ranks of the Kachucks, Clayton Keller, Joseph Wall, Frederick, you name it. So he's a slew of players that came through St. Louis, Missouri in the late 90s. But, anyways, the Chicago show, okay, it's on the 30th. That is a Monday right before New Year's, right before the Winter Classic. So please, if you're in the area, again, we're giving away 5 Bedard jerseys. We're giving away a pair of glass seats for the Hawks game to be announced at a later date. And you know what? We might bring some other stuff. Who knows? But those are just the guaranteed giveaways. Again, we'll have a special guest. We're going to line that up. Who it is, that's to be determined. But if you're in the Chicago area, the links are in both of our bios on IG. And it's going to be at the Barn Hockey Bar. Okay? So Looking to fill that place to the fucking brim. Bring down the house. Should be a great time. Can't wait to see you beauties. Hang out. Chop it up. We always stay for a little bit after. Hang out. We're not just running out of there thinking we're fucking the Beatles. So we like to hang out with the people. Get down. Give you a good show, number one. And you know what? For the 10 odd shows we've done, Rob, I mean, we're not pumping our tires, but I do think people enjoy it. It's a way different lane or an avenue of what hockey and comedy, the cross between it. So it's original, uncut, unfiltered, and fuck, do we throw both ways?
Yeah, man. Everyone's had a really good time. I think our live shows are our best shit. I really do. It's pretty much like a comedy show. We'll talk a little bit of hockey, but we'll talk a lot of shit. Oh my God, the ref sets a pick.
What happened there?
The ref set a pick. Sorry, I'm tweeting out the links. I'm not texting chicks or dudes. I am tweeting out the links here.
Oh, Eklund with a seeing eye shot. All right, let's get this power play set up, folks. Okay, if you're new to hockey, normally overtime is 3-on-3. But because Man Jose is on a power play, it goes to 4-on-3. So say the Sharks don't score. Oh, my God, did he get big body there? Granlund. So say this ends up in not scoring on the power play. Well, if Washington is able to change as the time on the penalty kill runs up on their penalty, it'll be 4-on-4 until the following whistle. So 4-on-3 for overtime. And then if this does get to even strength, it'll be 4-on-4 until a further whistle. I wish they would do 3-on-2. Like, who cares?
I do too. Who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit?
Apparently, the Sabres, no surprise here, had a huge collapse tonight. We were calling this game, didn't watch it, as Felabrini goes backhand to the point.
Got to find the one-timer.
Oh! Apple Whistle had 500 on the Nationals.
Wow. You got to find the one-timer. And, Rob, that's exactly what they did. The young man out of Djurgården, Sweden, that is the pro team in the greater Stockholm area in Sweden. What a goal. It's snuck by the wickets of Thompson. And the Man Jose Sharks are walking out with 2 points. But, yes, you take it back to this goal. Felabrini, downhill, gains speed, folks. Fake shot, back up to Granlund. He takes 2 steps. The biggest thing is he freezes that forward. That penalty killer, Nicky Dowd, he has to honor the shot. So both guys on Washington hold, and it opens up that lane over there. And it was just a cheeky little shot. And you know, it looked like it was just going to be on net, maybe a routine save. But if you notice on this play, folks, it gets on edge, and it kind of starts wobbling. And that's what ultimately creates that bounce to get it over the goal line. So, Rob, wow, the Man Jose Sharks walked in to the chin of the nation's capital, took 2 points the hard way on a Tuesday night. And you know what? Solid win for the young crew. They're not going to make the playoffs this year, but another win, another good game for Felabrini. Second assist on the OT winner. Fella, that is how you do that. Who is this, by the way? Is this – what the fuck is going on right now?
Chat, hell of a chat tonight. Started off slow. You guys came through. You guys have been great. Great mix of questions about the game, off-topic stuff. Some new hockey fans in here. It's great to see. We had some babes in here. We had a fake chick in here. We had a trans guy in here. Hockey is for everybody, and that's confirmed per Hockey Night in Scottsdale. Chicago tickets are on our ticket feed, our Twitter feeds, our Instagram bio. We got Truba video coming out tomorrow. Watch our Halloween video. Subscribe to our motherfucking channel. And what else? Am I missing something? Oh, last night's pod is out now too.
Yeah, and you mentioned the Truba, the chin.
Truba.
It's coming out tomorrow. Be on the look for that. We'll be back on Thursday live pod. We love you. We're going to dinner. Peace and love.